So the way that you put the e-collar on and off, and the way that you turn it on and off. So on the remote itself, there's an on-off button on the back here. You press and hold this button until you see OF on the screen. It's off. Press and hold it again until you see on the screen. And then it's on. Okay, pretty simple. The way you turn the collar itself on and off, there is a red dot here on the side of the collar. There's also a red dot on the side of the remote right here. So what you do is you take it, Megan, you take the red dot here and the red dot there, and you put the two together. So it blinks green, then that means that the collar's on. You wait for a second to wait for the next to blink green on its own, then you know it's definitely on. Sometimes if you do it really quick, it won't actually turn it on all the way. So just making sure you wait for that second blinking green. To turn the collar itself off is you put the red dots together again. You see the red light flash, that means it's off. Okay? So red dots together to turn the collar itself on. Button on the back to turn the remote itself on and off. The other important thing that you want is you want there to always be an M and a C on the screen. M stands for momentary, C stands for continuous. Black button's momentary, C is continuous. What that means is that as long as you're pressing and holding, the dog's receiving the stimulation until you release your finger off the button. If you were to press and hold the black button, it would only give you a momentary stim, even if you're still pressing it. So just one of the things that we tell everyone is just use the red button. It makes it easier. We use pressure on when you ask for compliance and pressure off once they comply. So down, pressure on until the dog complies, pressure off once the dog complies. Heel, pressure on until the dog's where you want them on the walk, pressure off when they comply. Molly, come, press and hold until she commits to coming to you, release your finger off once she commits to coming to you. It's kind of how it works, so it's pretty simple. You just kind of want to pretend she's not going to work unless you press the button. Keeps her confidence where it needs to be, keeps her insecurities, you know, everything stays in line when you're using this. So you want to just make sure that she has this collar on when you're working with her. Don't keep the collar on for more than 10 hours at a time. She does have to have time for her neck to have a break. So just making sure, taking it off at night, kind of something like that. And during the day, if you're not working her, taking it off at that point too. All right, so we typically work her on an 8. That's where she is. So the way you change the dial is at the top here. There's a little dial. So just dialing it this way turns it up higher, dialing it this way turns it lower. We usually work her around to 8. If she's really adrenalized, we have had to go up into the 30s to get her to calm down. If she's really bratty, you want to go up higher so she has a consequence for her actions. But at a low level, like an 8, it just feels like as gentle as you pulling the leash with the prong collar in a gentle way. It's not abrasive. It's just a way for her to understand what you're asking in a safe, hands-free way without having to, move her yourself if needed. Because we've taught her how to move with the collar. Listen.